students working in collaboration are learning an essential skill that's going to be important for the workplace and civic life. But there's more to this principle of learning, this learning as a social event, than just learning how to interact. Learning as a social event is also important in understanding the content of a discipline. Now that might be pretty easy to see in the language arts, literary criticism, or in the social studies, the causes of a conflict. But it's also true in the sciences. Learning as a social event is important to learn the content of a discipline. In fact, the next generation science standards has as one of its 8 practices, the student should have the ability to engage in argument in the support of evidence. Now, argument in science is a little different than argument the way we use it every day on the streets. Argument in science is exchanging beliefs and ideas about the evidence. But it's through that argument that science progresses, and it's through that argument that students learn the content of science. Now, in sciences, our models are the metaphors of the language arts and the social studies. But just like those metaphors, we need to twist and stretch and find out what those limits are. And it's through the dialogue about the metaphors, or the models in this case, that the students learn more about the content in science. That's how science progresses, but it's also how students learn the science content. Every teacher knows that feeling when you're teaching, the words emerging from your mouth, and inside you're feeling, that's right, oh boy, that's right. Well, if you engage students in that conversation, if you invite them into the conversation, they also get that feeling, and they get a chance to listen and get that dialogue. Learning truly is a social event. It's a social event for learning how to interact, but it's also a social event for learning the content of a discipline.